Imagine this: you're sitting in a silent classroom, the clock ticking loudly, your palms are sweaty, your heart is racing, and all of a sudden your mind goes completely blank, even though you studied for hours. That overwhelming feeling is what exam anxiety looks like, and if you've experienced it, you're definitely not alone. Today I want to talk about something that affects many of us, but often goes unaddressed: managing stress and anxiety during exams. This topic is important because stress doesn't just affect how we feel, it affects how we perform and how we function in everyday life. In fact, according to a 2023 report from the American Psychological Association, more than 60% of college students say they've experienced overwhelming anxiety, especially during exam time. So, in this speech, I'll be sharing three main strategies for managing exam stress. First, we'll explore where that stress actually comes from. Second, we'll go over simple but effective techniques to reduce it. And third, we'll talk about how building the right mindset and support system can make a huge difference. Understanding the root causes of exam stress. Let's start with the root causes. Why do exams make us so anxious? One of the biggest reasons is fear of failure. When students feel that their entire future or their self-worth depends on getting a certain grade, it creates a ton of pressure. A study published in the Journal of Educational Psychology explained that students who tie their values as a person to their test scores often experience intense anxiety and self-doubt, which makes it even harder to focus. Another major cause is poor preparation or procrastination. I think we've all been there. You tell yourself, I'll study tomorrow, but tomorrow keeps getting pushed back until you're suddenly cramming the night before. The National Institute of Mental Health says that procrastination can significantly increase anxiety levels, especially when deadlines are right around the corner and there's no time left to prepare. Now that we've talked about what causes this kind of stress, let's look at what you can actually do to calm your mind and take control of the situation. Practical techniques to reduce stress. First up, breathing. Sounds simple, right? But it works. According to experts at Harvard Medical School, even just 5 minutes of deep breathing or mindfulness experiences can lower cortisol levels, that's the stress hormone, and help you feel more relaxed and focused. Next, let's talk about time management. One of the most powerful ways to reduce exam anxiety is to create a realistic and structured study schedule. A study from the University of Illinois found that students who stuck to a consistent study plan reported 30% lower overall anxiety levels compared to those who studied randomly and crammed everything in the last minute. When you break your work into smaller, manageable chunks, it feels less overwhelming, and that sense of control can make all the difference. Of course, breathing and planning can help in the moment, but lasting change comes from the way you think and the people you surround yourself with. Building a positive mindset and support system. One of the most overlooked tools in managing stress is your mindset. Research from Stanford University, led by psychologist Carol Dweck, who's known for her work on mindset theory, shows that students who practice positive self-talk and believed they could improve over time actually performed better under pressure. Instead of saying, I'm going to fail, saying, I've prepared and I'll do my best can shift your whole experience. And finally, don't underestimate the power of support. Whether it's talking to friends, joining a study group, or even going to therapy, having people around you who support and understand can make a big impact. The Mayo Clinic has reported that students with strong emotional support systems tend to experience lower levels of academic stress and are more resilient overall. So we've gone over the sources of anxiety, some hands-on techniques to manage it, and the importance of mindset and support. Let's bring it all together. Today, we've explored 3 powerful strategies for managing exam anxiety. First, understanding where it comes from. Second, learning practical techniques like breathing and scheduling. And third, focusing on a positive mindset and supportive relationships. So the next time you're sitting in that classroom, your heart racing and your mind starting to spiral, remember, you're not hopeless. You've got tools. You know how to use them. Stress doesn't have to be the villain in your college journey. With the right habits and the right people around you, you can face your exams with calm, confidence, and clarity. Thank you for listening.